Hi everyone, it's Kara from Goddess to Goodness. Hi everyone, it's Kara from Goddess to Goodness. So I'm actually recording on both YouTube and live on Facebook. I just wanted to do a general reading for the full moon in Capricorn. Okay, so these energies are going to be very watery. I'm sorry, it's in Cancer. Crap. Actually did that on both. So it's actually the full moon in Cancer. So I'm so sorry about that I screwed that up. So yeah, so full moon in Cancer. It's going to be very, very watery. So the title does say Capricorn on both. So I will go back and edit that. But I did just want to jump on and give a general update. This full moon is actually moving in, I think at like 2:15 p.m. today. So depending on where you are in the country, like I'm in Buffalo, so it's 1 p.m. here. So in an hour and 15 minutes from wherever you are in the world, or let's say, okay, so let's say the Western Hemisphere. Okay, it's going to be an hour and a half, just about that from right now. Okay, so depending on what sign you have in your charts, that'll depend on how it affects you and things like that. But I did just want to come on and pull a few cards for these energies. Okay, so I am working with a couple of new decks today. I have picked up, I think, like 3 decks in the last couple of days, but the most recent one, which is very beautiful, and I did actually grab it at the Tree of Life studio in Jamestown. I was there Wednesday teaching the Empower Yourself Through Intuitive Tarot class, and I picked up these. They're gorgeous. These cards are absolutely, there we go, if we can get it on here. There we go. These cards are stunning. The artwork, like you guys know, I'm an art junkie, so these cards just are extremely beautiful, but I'm not going to start with those. Okay. So, yeah. So let me get started and we're going to jump right in. And then I have a couple other things that I kind of want to talk about in terms of like full moon practice. Full moons are for releasing stuff. So it just could be anything for you. You know what I mean? Just it's a time to like kind of go through and take inventory of what you got just going on regularly, and it's about like maybe like letting things. You're just so awesome, Jen. Thank you. Thanks for joining. Um, and again, welcome to, if this is your first time, welcome. If you've been here with me before, well, then you kind of know how I work here. So I call my archangels, spirit guides, ascended masters, fairy guides, Dakumisha and Hira, as well as my ancestors. And what messages do we have for everybody for the full moon in Cancer? Full moon in Cancer, guys, okay? So I will go ahead and change the titles on these. I didn't mean to be misleading there. For some reason, I had Capricorn on the brain. I don't know why. Well, we are in the season of Capricorn. So that could be why that popped up for me there, because this is a time of things that we've been working on and trying to manifest in this, like in these last, like for the last like 6 months. The things that we've been working on and really focusing our energy into and trying to manifest and bring in and solidify. Okay, this is the season when we're going to begin to see those things start to like creep in, right? And I know we're all like impatient. We're like, well, where is it? I've been working on this for 6 months, right? Well, the things that you were beginning to manifest 6 months ago, you're now going to start to see with this full moon tonight. You're now going to start to see things kind of like come into the physical world. Okay. So the first deck that I am beginning with is gorgeous. I love these. These are oracle cards. It's called Hidden Oracle of the Hidden Worlds. Okay. The artwork in these are beautiful, but they're just very like I don't know. You'll see when I pull. They're very, very dreamy, very beautiful. Okay, so Spirit, what am I pulling for everybody today? What do we want to tell everyone today about this full moon in Cancer? Okay, so, okay. Wow, this is one of my favorite cards in this deck. So, this is Path of the Gods. Okay, and sorry guys for, if you guys are wondering why on Facebook and on YouTube, why I'm going back and forth, because I'm simultaneously broadcasting live. So Path of the Gods, okay? So what this card signifies is this is like where you are being initiated and being brought in to your path of like higher alignment. Okay, this is the path. This is not now is the time when you are literally like beginning to see, like I said, things start to physically like coalesce and manifest. All right, and it's like your true path. It's aligning with like your true purpose, your highest purpose. Okay, and when they say path of the gods, it's like you're being greeted right now by like your highest self. Okay, so your highest self has been like witnessing the work that you've been putting in, the changes that you've been making, the shifts that you've been, putting into practice for yourself. Because when we shift, when we begin to shift, the shifts begin up here, right? They begin in our minds, okay? And then it's up to us to start to like put things into practice and start to like actually do it in the physical world, right? So that's kind of what's happening now is like these things that we've been putting the energy into, okay? And the things that we're realizing like, wow, like I used to, see something a certain way, or I used to do something or go about something in a certain way. I'm now beginning to see that 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 no longer is in like my highest good, or that's no longer like the direction I really want to go to, and I'm kind of just like shifting. Okay, and these aren't like humongous shifts. These are more of things like, have has what I've been doing lately, has that been working for me? If not, how do I adjust it? Okay, so right now we're beginning to like step into our intuition a lot more. So it's more about like, instead of we started the changes intellectually up here, but now this is the time is like, does it feel right? Is this like, I thought this was like the way to go? Okay, and it's about like just making small little shifts to eventually just steer you to where you want to be, right? And but it's like, does this feel right? Does this feel like this is in alignment with what I want? Does it feel like this is alignment with what I initially thought it was? Because sometimes when we make plans or strategies in life, and in our journey, we tend to like make a choice or a decision and then be like, well, this is where I have to go. Right. That may be the direction or the general theme that you want to go in, but you guys know as well as anybody, it's trial and error. So that might be still where you're going and where you are, aiming to go. But the thing is like, okay, like, is this exactly the is it is this exactly how I want to get there, right? Okay, because we can incorporate, like I said, like little shifts and like little adjustments, right? And it's like getting you closer to like aligning with like your true essence, right? Okay, so right now that is like the main message like for today, especially like with this moon, because once this moon comes in, these energies, and plus, oh yeah, that's the other thing, plus it's an eclipse, a lunar eclipse. So lunar eclipses are really about like really things coming to an end. So if you've been kind of hemming and hawing about like, oh well, like, should I let this go, or like, is it right, is it going to benefit me, or should I bring this in, like, either way, however that resonates for you, the eclipse is the energy, and these last, like I said, for not just for tonight, but they will last for a couple of weeks um outside of tonight. Okay, so you may have been starting to feel this energy build up for the last couple of weeks as well, like starting to feel like something is shifting, right? Like something's changing, something's shifting. Well, it's because it is energetically. We're being prepared to actually like kind of like cut the cord, right? Like whatever's been like tethering us to like, well, should I or shouldn't I, or maybe maybe it's best for me to go this way or that way or whatever. You're going to know, because you're going to base it on like what feels appropriate. Okay, what feels like it's the right thing, what feels like it's the right direction. Okay, and we're definitely being invited into that like higher path. Okay. The next deck I'm pulling from is called Nature's Whispers. Again, it's another beautiful oracle deck. Okay. And again, this is about like really like roping those things in and really like bringing them, um, like solidifying them into the physical world. And that is really what like Capricorn's all about. It's like bringing it in to the physical, like really making it like a reality. These aren't just thoughts anymore. These are now practices. Okay. So spirit, ooh, wow, that one came right out. Oh my goodness, I love this card. Okay, so it's heighten your vitality. All right. And what this is like enjoy stuff. Okay. So while we're like doing this, like analyzing and like, is it the right thing, or making these little adjustments and doing these little like, like reviews, like in our processes, okay, in the way we're doing things, you can't forget to like get out there and enjoy. Okay. And that just means like getting together with like friends, like, like having a night where you just like sit around and like laugh and like, chill out and like relax and kind of just, it's about like letting all the technical stuff go for a minute, right? We all have to kind of do that, right? Um, this is also speaks of an energy of um exploring like new things. Like, so again, it's about like having fun and having that sense of like surprise and like wonderment, okay, in your days. Because again, when we're trying to like solidify things into the physical, right, we're trying to bring it from the mind space into the physical. Sometimes we get caught up and like wrapped up in the details, right? And you forget to like have fun. You forget to nurture yourself. Okay. So if you've been like busting ass lately and like working super hard and, like really trying to uh, bring in whatever you've been trying, whatever you started to manifest 6 months ago, um, you got to take time out to like I said, take care of yourself, nurture yourself a little bit. And part of nurturing ourselves is like having fun and relaxing and like not being like so serious. Like, and it doesn't mean like from now on just don't be serious. No, it's just like take a night to like just go. My grandma Robbins used to say like get out and blow, she would say get out and blow the stink off, right? And that essentially means it's just like sometimes we get like bogged down by the details. And sometimes when you just like go out and have like a lighthearted just experience, and it could be like a new class that you take that just kind of like gives you like it's like a feeling of refreshment, right? Like, so that's kind of what this is speaking of, like refresh yourself, right? Like just give yourself an opportunity to get like refreshed and like, ooh, like, and when you come back and sit down and then start to try to like work on that stuff again, right, or like put your thought and energy and effort back into it again, you're refreshed, you're like, whew, all right, I feel good. Like, and then you're ready to go. And then when you're in that state of flow, right? And flow is really about like what I spoke of in the first place, was like about tapping into our intuition. Because remember, Cancer is going to really be about what feels right. Okay. Like, okay, this is like what feels right. So if you make a list, I've been doing A, B, C, and D. So like this really feels right. And like this feels right, but can use adjustment. Okay. So we're kind of in that energy for this full moon, right? So when you are taking inventory of the steps you've been taking to like manifest and things like that, now is the time to really like get into that energy of just, like I said, like take some of the pressure off, because then you'll start to see things from a fresh way. You know what I mean? Like a fresh new light. You'll have a fresh interpretation of things. And there may have been things that have like kind of maybe been like getting you down, or starting to feel heavy, because you might not have known exactly what direction to go in. And that's the thing, none of us know. But the thing is that eventually, like I said, these little adjustments and these little course corrections, you'll begin to feel like what what feels right. Okay. And it's not that things are necessarily going to feel like exceptionally wrong. It's just that like this might feel just like a little better than the other, right? And so this full moon tonight, well, like I said, it's coming in from an hour from now, from wherever you are. It's going to be like an hour and 15 minutes. This new moon in, or full moon in Cancer. And I do have to change the titles. I can't believe I put Capricorn, but we are in Capricorn season, so that will factor in. All right, so Spirit, what can you tell me about like what's coming in for people? What is this full moon going to bring in for people? What is this full moon bringing in for everyone? All right, we must have a very specific message. Okay, well, there we go. Oh, wow, beautiful. Oh my God, I love these cards. Okay. So, and I'm using the Starman deck, which is like by David Bowie's personal like album artist or whatever. This artwork is sick as F. Okay, so what's coming in is we have the Hierophant. Okay, so this is about like, this could be, I have a few messages with this. So this is about like maybe getting guidance, and this could be like higher guidance. It could be from like somebody who's like older than you, maybe like a spiritual mentor, something like that. If it's not somebody that you are like physically that you're going to, this could be like getting in touch with like your spiritual, hi Jeanette, Happy New Year. This could be really getting in touch with like your spiritual, like your spiritual authority, right? And again, that this is going on like based on like what feels right and what feels good. Okay, so again, getting in touch with the highest and like with like your spiritual sense, getting in touch with maybe a mentor or somebody who like you look at is like higher than you know what I mean, like a person of authority, and not necessarily authority, but like somebody you might feel who has like the ability to coach you or guide you or mentor you, right? So we, along with that, we have the Three of Wands energy here. So this is really about like looking out into the future, but this isn't just like looking and planning. This is an energy of actually like, okay, starting to formulate like action steps. Okay, so this could be like starting to consider like who you may partner up with, or like what else you may be incorporating into this new cycle, right? Because when we speak of um the moon, not only are we in like the 6 month cycle, so 6 months ago was the new moon in Cancer, where we began bringing new things in and manifesting, right? But now it's the full moon, so it's the completion of the cycle. Also, we have that cycle every month where it's the lunar cycles every month. Okay, so this Three of Wands really speaks of starting to formulate the action steps. Excuse me, starting to formulate the action steps in which we can like go ahead and move forward. And like really, this is like going beyond planning. This is like, all right, I'm gonna start to take action now. Like what are the steps of action I can take, or what is the course of action that I'm going to be taking? This is going beyond the plan of it, right? Okay, so Spirit, what else do we got here? Okay, so yeah, this is the things you have been manifesting. We have the Magician here, or the Starman in this deck, right? But this is all about creating. Okay, so what the Magician speaks of is like having all the tools that at your disposal, right? In the Magician card, it's about having all four elements, like earth, air, wind, and fire, right? Like under your belt in order to create something. Well, that's kind of what this energy is. Well, not kind of, it's exactly what the energy is. So you are trusting this higher authority, whether it's within you, whether it's somebody like a mentor or somebody outside of you. But it's like you're beginning to be able to like now formulate the steps it's going to take in order to get you and to bring you into this manifestation that you literally began 6 months ago. Okay, so we are at the completion of the 6 month cycle, right? So it's saying like that what you've been working on is in the process of manifesting, like it's on its way, right? what I'm hearing is like, and it's just because it's a general energy, but we are now waiting to see the physical evidence because we're in Capricorn season. Okay. So Cancer full moon, but Capricorn season. We want to see this stuff show up tangibly. We want to see it in the physical world. This isn't just like a dream anymore. We want to see this stuff show up in our physical, like our physical realm. We want to start to see evidence of it. And as I speak of that, my guys are so cool. We have the 10 of Pentacles here, okay? Hi, Sarah. How you doing, sweetheart? So we have the 10 of Pentacles here, okay? So the 10 of Pentacles here is showing that that's what this is that I just spoke of bringing things into the physical. The 10 of Pentacles is the representation of what we've been manifesting now in like the, in our thoughts and in our hearts and in our energetically manifesting. We are going to start to see evidence because the 10 of Pentacles speaks of it actually manifesting in the physical world. And the 10 of Pentacles is, again, another like completion of a cycle, right? So we are going to begin seeing this 10 of Pentacles energy. And the 10 of Pentacles is like the happy family card, right? But happy family, happy home, happy job, happy career, abundance, like on a monetary scale, abundance in feeling safe and secure and a strong foundation, right? And it's like having that stuff in the physical realm and being able to, I call it like the five senses, okay? It's like you can taste, touch, smell, hear, okay, feel, you know what I mean? This is all about like the tangible stuff that you can like touch, you can see it, you can hear it, you can smell it, okay? That kind of stuff. So this isn't just like ideas or energy anymore. What we've been working on, right? Because we are now starting to see how to manifest things. And that's the thing with the Magician card. We say manifest and we're like, oh, it's just gonna like show up. No, manifesting means we are doing something to create that, right? The inspiration does come from the higher. The inspiration does come from the higher source, whether that's a mentor, whether that's like your highest spiritual authority, your highest self, okay? Whether it comes from that or not, okay? We still are the ones to execute things in the physical, right? We are the ones to make the plans and execute them into action, okay? And so again, like I said, this manifestation, we are the magicians. Like, and when you think of it like this, it makes it like a little cooler and like a little more magical. You're like, wow, I am the magician, right? So it's about taking the elements that come into you, that your highest self is presenting to you, these opportunities or these conversations that you might stumble upon with, you might just like meet a stranger and they might just say something that literally like blasts the door and blasts the path like wide open. Hi, Lissa. I'm sorry. Did I say hi to you? I didn't even like see that. So hi, how are you? um, anyways, it's literally it's the energy of like blasting the path wide open to where it is going to become clear and you are going to like start to see clearly, like, okay, like very clearly, this is the direction I need to be going in, or these are the steps that I have to take in order to get there. Okay. All right. So I'm going to pull from, okay, they're telling me this deck. This is one of my favorite decks. This is from you guys are interested, it's on Etsy. It's called the Neon Moon Tarot. It's an artist from, oh my God, wait, these are all turned around. Sorry. It's an artist from Oregon. She has like several other decks, which are beautiful, but this is, sorry, that's what it looks like. So the Neon Moon Tarot. But I saw another reader using these and I was like, it's like a comic book. So I don't know if you guys are, there's a little activity by my TV. Oh yeah, there she is. She's my Zen cat. She'll sit there like with her eyes closed, and her name's Killer. I mean, which is like hysterical. She's the nicest, sweetest thing ever. So yeah, for those of you on YouTube, You can't see it, but Killer's sitting over there being statue kitty. So she likes to just hang out. Usually she's up on the table with me, but I ended up changing the setup because she likes to lay on top of the cards. And if you guys have ever had cats and you've like wrapped Christmas presents, it's super awesome when they start to like lay like right on like what you're doing. You're like, oh my gosh. Hello, hi guys, thanks for joining. Okay, so okay. Oh yeah. So again, like I said, guys, this Cancer new moon is definitely like bringing our focus to this 10 of cups. Okay, we have the 10 of cups here, which is like ultimate emotional fulfillment. All right, we have the 4 of wands right next to it, which is speaks of like wanting like a stability, like a very very strong foundation. It's about community, it's about celebration. Okay, I know, and these cards are like really funny, like they're friggin' super cool. Anyways, so what this speaks of is literally like coming together. Okay, so it's about coming together in an emotionally fulfilling way, and it's about something that it's what it speaks of is it's about coming together in a really exciting, emotionally fulfilling way, but it's also going to be like a very strong foundation. Okay, so whether this speaks of like a like ultimate emotional fulfillment, whether it's like home, career, a business you're starting that like fulfills you, whether it's like a new relationship or finding stability in a relationship that is existing, or if it's about solidifying the foundation, and this could be relationships with friends, family, whoever's like in your heart space. Okay, so that's really what this is about, and this is beautiful energy. So this Cancer full moon is definitely bringing in the energy of, oh, you saw an orb, sweet. um this definitely is bringing in an energy of finally understanding what emotionally fulfills you. That's also what this speaks of, is like, now I really like know what emotionally fulfills me. So like it is really going to be an energy of letting things go that you're like, wow, it used to emotionally fulfill me and now it doesn't. Or like I wasn't like quite sure, so I was like testing it out. But this full moon in Cancer is definitely going to help you to understand what you find emotionally fulfilling, but like stable, like finding that stable strong foundation. And it's also going to bring in an energy of like celebrating, because you're finally going to be like, oh yeah, like that's what it is, right? And it's going to like have that feeling of being like, oh, like now I know. And like that kind of feeling when you are sure about something either way, right? Whether whether it's like like letting it go or bringing it in, there's a certain sense of satisfaction and like, and again, tens are completion, right? Okay, so it's the 10 of cups. There definitely is like a certain um it's like the feeling of like a cycle having been completed, right? So it may have been that you've been like, yeah, I have the Page of Wands here, okay, and the Prince of Pentacles or the Knight of Pentacles. So this may have been like slow coming, right? The Prince of Pentacles is very slow, but they're action oriented, okay? But it's like moving at a snail's pace, right? Towards like what you find spiritually fulfilling, or like taking that new beginning, those fresh steps, right? And again, wands are action. Okay, wands are action oriented. That's fire, that's creation. Okay, so again, you've been in this energy of creating something, and yes, it's been like slow, painfully slow the last 6 months, right? But it's like having taking baby steps in this direction. All right. And as we take these baby steps in these directions, essentially, whether we know it or not, we're getting there, right? We are getting to this 10 of cups energy and this strong foundation. We're slowly, slowly, slowly taking those little steps. And again, like I said, there's there's an energy of having all of these adjustments having been made or being made, right? We have to like, okay, well, like this is working kind of, but like not really. And it's about like tweaking things just a little bit to kind of get them in the in the right track. You may have been close to the track, but not exactly there. You know what I mean? Now we're going to be in this energy of really feeling like, wow, like this is it. Like I resonate with this. Or oh, I thought I resonated with this, but it needs like this little adjustment, so I'm gonna do this here. Okay. Let me see. I'm gonna pull a couple more cards from this deck, and then we're gonna switch. Yeah. Okay. So we have the Five of Cups, which comes up in reverse. Okay. So what this speaks of is the Five of Cups upright is usually an energy of like, okay, now it's an energy of kind of feeling like sorry for yourself, or like, why does this have to happen? How's the moon in it? Joshua. Oh, sidereal full moon and Gemini. Okay, well, here's the thing. Excuse me for 1 second. So Joshua, good question. The moon phases affect everybody in their natal chart because whatever that moon is in, and it doesn't matter if it's sidereal or tropical, okay? When and I believe sidereal goes, you're gonna go back. So like today, if you were we in tropical, we call it the Cancer new moon. So now I'm not an astrologist, but it would be the sign preceding that in sidereal. So whatever sign you guys are in, okay, so if you guys are a Cancer or have it in your chart, and I will try to include links where you can get like a free natal chart. But so if you've Cancer in your chart, tonight's moon is really going to like affect you. The energies are going to feel big. You're going to feel watery. You're going to be thinking about your family and your friends and like these 10 of cups type things, okay? Because cups are emotion. So you're really going to be able to tap in, and it's going to bring out those qualities more in you than say maybe somebody who does not have Cancer in their chart. Now Gemini is a changeable sign, you know what I mean, or a mutable sign. So mutable signs are, and especially the sign of Gemini, that's a sign that's easy to like switch. You could switch your thinking, you can switch your, so it may be you're going to be probably a little less watery tonight than others. Okay. What about born under a new moon versus a full moon? Again, I'm not an astrologer, but like just generally speaking, new moons are about manifesting and bringing things in, and full moons are about the release of something, like a completion of a cycle. So you would also have to check out what else is in your chart in order to in order to actually see how that's going to affect you, because it will depend on what new moon and what full moon you're in when you're born. Okay, I hope that answers that question for you, Joshua, but thanks, I appreciate it. Okay, so real quick, we are coming out of the energy here of feeling like at a loss, right? We're starting to feel like we're gaining. We're starting to like I said, you're starting to see things begin to manifest that you started 6 months ago. So think back to 6 months ago. What were you attempting to manifest 6 months ago, right? Now look around in your physical world, even energetically. How do you feel as opposed to 6 months ago? Chances are you are beginning to feel like you're gaining, whether it's like energetically and you're not seeing it yet physically. But remember, the physical evidence is coming. Okay. We are bringing that in. Okay. So start to look around, and if you're not already in this energy, you will be. You're going to start to see like, wow, like things are kind of coalescing and things are coming together. Yeah. And it's like this energy of like starting to feel like, okay, all right, like things are moving. You know what I mean? And that is a beautiful feeling, right? It's a beautiful feeling when you start to see progress, even if it's like little baby progress. Progress is progress, baby. Like that's how I look at that stuff. It's progress is progress. All right. I'm being asked to pull from, okay, I'm gonna pull from Pillars of Light here. All All right, this is the Pillars of Light Oracle deck. All right, so I'm going to pull just a couple from here. And then I do actually want to like mention, I don't know how many of you out there have like a full moon or a new moon practice, but I was given a crystal the other day at Tree of Life Studio where I did the class, the Empower Yourself with Tarot class Wednesday, and he gave me the stone I never heard of. This crystal, it was called Larvakite, sometimes called like it's like relatable to a black moonstone, but it's very amazing for grounding and very good for like psychic abilities and like bringing those things in. And what's cool is that lately, because of these energies, I've kind of felt like dizzy, a little like lofty, a little like it's like feeling like super energized, but kind of like maybe like you can feel like a little out of sorts, a little let's see, like it's like feeling like really energized and like not knowing what to do with the energy. Okay, so if you guys have been like having that type of energy lately, and it's not really about like it's not anxiety, but it could you could identify it as like anticipation. Okay, because like I said, we are coming out of that 5 of Cups energy, so we're beginning to see things kind of like progress and come together, and it's this feeling of like ooh, like excitement, anticipation for something, and you might not know why. So and like I said, with the Cancer full moon, intuition is going to be like a very big factor in the next couple of weeks for you guys. Okay, your intuition is going to be speaking louder, and it's going to be demanding that you pay attention to it more, because that is what is going to actually get you onto the path, and you're being invited onto this path of the gods. But again, this is about what feels right. Okay, so even though something intellectually might seem right, if it doesn't feel right, you're being asked to alter your strategy or change up the game plan or make that little tweak in order to get you to where you have to be exactly. Okay, so the next couple of cards that come up here, oh, this is beautiful. So we do have ancestors and lineage that come up in the Great Spiral, and the way I interpret these cards for this message is that these are things that, again, things from the past. Okay, when I see like the ancestors or lineage card, this is about like things from the past maybe having like served their purpose. Okay, the Great Spiral is like, again, about cycles, right? So I had spoke of cycles, like the completion of cycles, beginning new cycles. Whatever you started 6 months ago is now like completing, meaning you're going to start to see the manifestations of what you've been working on for these 6 months. It's coming to the completion of a cycle. You're going to start to see like evidence of those things, but it's like everything in nature is cyclical, right? So it's really about like that letting go of the old, doing things in a new way, taking something from the past and maybe like rejuvenating it or revitalizing it or putting a new spin on something. All right. So the universe is just asking you to be inspired. All right. They want you to like feel the inspiration, recognize the inspiration when you get it, because that is your soul speaking to you. That is like the literal instructions to find the path of the gods, that inspiration. When you feel inspired, that is literally a sign from your highest self. Okay, because remember, the divine is within us. We are made of stardust, right? So again, it's about incorporating that inspiration and those new things and those little tweaks and those um, new ways of doing things or new practices. It's really about incorporating it in for ourselves and making it like a ritual. Okay, and a ritual is just something that you do every day, right? It's just something that you practice every day, or every week or every month or whatever that is. And it's just about inviting that new, the new way of practicing. And like I said, when energetically we're trying to manifest something and we're thinking about it, because it all starts here. That was like the first thing I said. solidifying it into the physical, into the pinnacle world, into the matrix, into the five senses kind of world. That is a practice. When you do something over and over and over again, that becomes your practice, right? So it's about like practicing those new things, that like those new tweaks and those new ideas that you have in order to facilitate something. It's now putting those things into practice, right? All right, because this is aligning us with our inner goddess, right? um and even if you're even if you're masculine energy, that's okay. This is not gender specific. Goddess energy is of being receptive, nurturing, not first to yourself, then you can nurture others, right? But goddess energy is like not sweating the small stuff, because you're a goddess. It's going to work out. You know it's going to work out. If you are aligned with what your soul says, like meaning your intuition, if you're aligned with that, right? Um that is literally going to lead you to what your like soul essence wants for you. It's going to align you with that highest purpose. It's going to align you with those things that you've been trying to create with this magician energy, and that you have been creating. All right. But that goddess energy is like, all right, I did the work. Now let it roll in. Like I don't have to like keep working so hard or keep struggling so hard. Like it's coming in. All right. But it's about putting those little things into practice and just trusting that it's going to come in, because it is coming in. The energy, the cosmic energy speaks that this is coming in, but it's about getting out of the headspace and out of the intellectual. And this is about really, really, really trying to tap in and pay close attention to your intuition, because that is the inspiration of the divine. When your intuition speaks up, that's like little like I hear like almost like little like ding, like little bells of, it's like almost like a notification from the universe, like pay attention, right? Um yeah, because this whole time we have been gentle warriors, right? We've been like trudging along and doing our thing and trying to get the work in, and like really, really like going forth to in order to like make things happen and do the work, and really, really put the focus into things and into what we want to create, right? But gentle warrior comes up because this is not an energy of like doing by force, right? And abrupt. This is not an abrupt, or let me reword this. This has not been an abrupt process. Again, this has been over a period of 6 months, right? So it's really about like being that gentle warrior, like, okay, like I'm tired, I'm going to rest. And when you're tired, you rest. Then you get back up on the horse and you go forward again. Okay. And it's like, I feel like over the last 6 months for everybody, there's been a very heavy energy of that. Like, put the work in, go forward. Then when you need to rest, take time out and do the rest. Right. All right. So we're definitely in that energy there of that of like, this is like the last stage, right? We're right at that number 10. We're right at the completion of that cycle. Don't give up now, right? Don't give up now. And speaking of resting, we have cleanse, restore, release, and spiritual bath. Okay. So this is about like connecting with that, your inner self. What do I need right now? Like, what do I need to like keep me restored, to keep me feeling, like I said, refreshed? Okay. That one of the first cards I pulled from where is it here? Yeah. Heighten your vitality. And remember, I said just go like blow the stink off, become refreshed, look at things through fresh eyes. Now is the time to do that. And spiritual bath comes up tonight, which I love because we do have that full moon. So if you have a bath, now tonight would be a great time to take like a salt bath for yourself, like Epsom salt, you know what I mean? It just kind of cleanses like your energetic field, and kind of like allows you to like release any like, like heavy energy that maybe you've been carrying or whatever. And it just kind of helps to like clear your field. So again, you're refreshed, you're restored, and then you're able to connect with your highest self. You're able to connect better with others. Okay. Because really we have ascension that comes up, right? And this is definitely a period of like leveling up. We are leveling up, all of us. And that is, again, that anticipatory and like excited energy we're all kind of feeling. You're right. You're right to feel it. It is coming up. We are leveling up, right? Because it's been like one hell of a journey, but you guys have been putting the work in. We have been putting the work in. And it's about like recognizing like, wow, I've come so far. So again, when you guys like put that like love or whatever into yourself, right? And that nurturing into yourself, all right? Spirit is definitely asking that you do that and do that for yourself. Even if it's just an hour, just take a minute to like center yourself, right? Because you've been on this long ass journey, right? You've been on this long ass journey. You're a gentle warrior, and you've been on this long ass journey. And you're tired. You're right at the end. But Spirit's saying it's like literally right around the corner. It is the dark before the dawn. It's coming, okay? It's coming. So again, now is the time to just know it's coming, all right? Be compassionate with yourself and really like let go of like, well, when is it coming? Well, is it coming? Yes, it's coming. These energies are literally coming in. You are going to see it manifest. You are going to see it. But what they're asking you to release is the fear, the worry, release the doubt. Okay. Let that go. Let that uncertainty go. That's why you have to be compassionate with yourself, because this is about like, you know what? I am hardcore. I have been doing the work. Like I am really I'm a powerhouse, right? Okay. And this is really about, again, using your intuition, right? Your superhuman superpower. We all have it, all right? Because our logical mind can really keep us in this energy of being an illusion. Like, well, I don't see anything, so therefore it's not happening. That will fuck up your energy. Sorry, guys. That'll screw up your energy worse than if you just did nothing. All right. So try to stay out of like the illusion of not having, or try to stay away from the illusion of being like, well, it's not here and I don't see anything. No, use your intuition. That excited, anticipatory feeling that you've been like having, and we've all had it, whether you've had it a little or a lot. Use your intuition, because that is like your connection with the divine, and it's literally saying to you, it's coming. Don't be in the illusion of, oh, it's not here, it's never coming. Like I said, this full moon is going to bring in physical manifestation, physical evidence of what we've all been working for the last 6 months. So don't let yourself fall into the illusion of it not being there. Energetically, it's there. Okay. All right. And so I'm going to do from this one last deck. This is the one I showed you guys in the beginning, Shadowscapes. Yeah, Shadowscape Tarot. The artwork is phenomenal. But again, like I said, guys, this is oh my goodness. This is definitely like I said, even though you guys might not see the physical evidence, or you see just a little bit of physical evidence, trust that the rest is coming. But it's going to trickle in, right? These things are going to start to just trickle in, and then we're going to adjust, right? And we're going to adjust, and okay, does this work? Is this how I want it to work? Yada, yada, yada. And this full moon is definitely going to, and these energies, like I said, this full moon energy will last for 6 months after today. Okay. So, and for some reason, I'm being guided to tell you, feel the feelings. So tonight, if you are heavily affected by the Cancer energy for this full moon, and are maybe need an emotional release, and feelings come up, let them come up. Okay, let them come up so you can release them, because that's your highest self asking you to really like tune in and really like examine it. And all you're doing is just, you don't have to analyze it, but it's like observing it, right? And it's about honoring um like what it is, why it is. It's about honoring yourself for feeling that way, and it's okay. And like, then just let it go. Like, I felt this way, it bothered me, like I cried, whatever. Now it's gone. Now it's released. Now I'm free. Okay. So if those things come up, or if it's like, you might cry and like get emotional because you're just so friggin' grateful about your family and your friends and like whatever. If you feel like you gotta like happy cry about it, oh my gosh, do it. But they're saying let it out. Like like feel those feelings, okay? Because either way, it's coming up because you are being initiated or invited to the path of the gods, all right? And we know gods and goddesses are authentic. They are just who they are. They know their worth, they know their power, they stand in their power, right? And you're being invited on this path because you are now beginning to stand in your power and recognize your worth and recognize how magical you really are. Okay? I have like chills in my hair when I'm saying this. You are going to start to begin to identify that you are that God, you are that goddess, okay? It is in you, it's in all of us, but it's about recognizing it and believing it, okay? And you're being invited onto this path because you are the God, you are the goddess. You're both. We are all both. We all have masculine and feminine energies within all of us, but remember, we are the gods and we are the goddesses, all right? So it's about treating yourself as such. How would you treat a god or a goddess? Well, however that is, apply that to yourself. That's what you're being asked. Okay. Oh my gosh. And then we have the moon card to come up. Okay. Let's see if I can get this here. The moon card. Okay. So it's, wow, it's like really faint in this. Anyways, so we have the moon card here. And this is beautiful because in this moon card, she has her heart in her hand. The moon is above her, but like turned like crescent like this. All right. And to me, that speaks of intuition, which the moon card will speak of intuition anyways. But she's holding this mask in her hand. And the way it's like drawn here, you can see it was like taken from her face. All right. I wonder if this would actually be better if I shut this off. And it's like she's pulled the mask off of her face. She's no longer living under this false sense of self or what she thinks everybody wants from her. She's no longer in that energy of like being what others want her to be, right? She's in this energy of being like who she is, her authentic self. And it's actually like she's like looking at this mask like, wow, I can't even believe I lived this way for so long. I can't believe that and that could be however it resonates for you. Like for me, it was a lot of people pleasing and doing what I thought people expected of me or what I thought people wanted me to do, like, because I didn't want to cause conflict or I didn't want to hurt their feelings or I didn't want to put them out or put a wedge in between something or I didn't want to, you know, hit, like, I didn't want somebody to feel a certain type of way. No, this is about being authentic with yourself, right? This is about like being who you truly are, your essence. This is about attuning. It's like it's like getting into attunement with your highest, with your most authentic essence, right? It's like who you are. And a lot of us, we don't really know who we are, really. Like, it takes a lot of soul searching, a lot of time. There are very few people in the world who like know exactly what their essence is. That's very tough. All right? And we often like read a lot of things or watch a lot of like programs or whatever that it's like just it seems they make it like seem like it's so easy to just like know who you authentically are. No, life isn't like set up like that. Like as humans, life just puts life on you. And as you go through life, just regular life, you become further and further and further away from your authentic essence. And that's just the nature of being a human. That's part of our experience, okay? But also part of the experience is trying to get back and trying to find, like, it's like we come from the path of the gods. We're born like this, right? This is like where we're born from. And human existence is literally about like remembering that at some point, that is authentically who we are, where we come from, where our essence comes from. And it's about beginning to remember through the human amnesia, right? We come through the birth canal and it's like we have amnesia of that previous energetic existence. Hopefully on this journey you can find your baby steps back to what that essence and what that authentic authority is, right? Oh my gosh. And yeah, okay, the 5 of cups comes up again, and in this depiction it's so much different, right? In this 5 of cups, this is about change, and this is about realizing that all these other things down here aren't the things, right? It's about, she's like looking into this fishbowl and there's one fish in there and all the rest of the stuff is just sitting at the wayside, right? And she's like not sad, she's not feeling sorry, she's not upset about the other things at all. This woman is not thinking, oh man, look at what I don't have. This woman is like, wow, look at what I do have. Okay, so this 5 of cups is a lot different than the other one, because like I said, we're coming out of that, oh look at what I don't have energy, and we really are coming into this energy like we took the mask off, right? We took off our social mask, we took off this mask of people pleasing and who we thought people, who we thought we had to be, and we are now like coming into this energy of like, wow, like look at what I have, like I have a treasure here. And what I really feel that spirit is trying to get through with this is like, that's us about, it's about finding us inside, like our authentic self, our God self, our goddess self, and realizing that we have that within us. Like, holy crap, like I have this in me. Yeah, you do. It's like super freaking cool. Um, oh my God. All right. Next we have the star, which is like, in the tarot deck, there's like 3 cards that are like literally the most amazing cards ever, right? So the most amazing cards ever in a tarot deck are like the sun, the star, and well, there's a few other ones, but we'll say those 2 are like literally 2 of the most amazing cards. We have the sun and the star, okay? The star speaks of healing. It speaks of hope. It speaks of like finding your direction of, or like realizing what the direction is, or realizing where that, think of a sailor out, 200 years ago in the middle of the ocean, completely dark. All they have are torches, right? And like, paper maps, right? And being like lost at sea, and it's been cloudy for a week and you're like literally like in the abyss and have no idea what direction you're going. Well, all of a sudden the clouds part and you see the North Star. You now know where you're going, and it's like hope. You're like, we're gonna get home, like we're there, it is, like that. Now I know where I'm going, and I literally am like so excited. um and I must have been asked to share this today because of it's like very, like a very high vibrational feeling, like that's that anticipation that you're feeling. It's about like something's finally going to click, but it's again, it's about taking that mask off that we put on for others, right? And it's about like genuinely seeing the authentic essence of yourself and realizing who you are. We are gods, we are goddesses. Okay? We are. That's in us. Our human experience teaches us that we're not. It conditions us that we're not. It programs us that we are not. But let me tell you, the human conditioning is not the truth. The truth is the stardust within us. And we are gods and we are goddesses. And spirit wants you to begin to recognize that and begin to actually see it and be like, Hell yeah. Like, hell yeah. You are. We all are. But we're all on different levels as well in terms of recognizing that, right? So when you realize that you are that God and that goddess inside, you may have somebody in your life who isn't there yet. And the thing is like, if that's the case, what it is they may be getting there. We all do it on our own time. But that is also what this may speak of releasing. And it's not like, oh, I release this person so that way we're never friends. I'm never going to talk to him again, or this business partner or whatever. It's about letting things happen, and it's in their own time and what's good for everybody. But right now it's about focusing on yourself and what's good for you. So if you aren't aligning with somebody or something in your life because they're just on a different part of the journey right now, that's fine. Gods and goddesses don't Gods and goddesses are going to worry about, or not, I don't want to say worry, but they are going to focus on themselves and how to keep themselves in their God and goddess energy. And when those people are ready to step into that, or ready to recognize that they are also gods and goddesses, well, then you become their mentor, their coach, their guidance, right? But until that point, everybody just has to like discover it on their own, because you can tell people that they're gods and goddesses, but until they truly like see it, right, and truly recognize it and resonate with it, you just got to like let it be and like do your thing. And eventually, when it's meant to be, they'll come around, right? And it's just having that compassion that everybody is really on their own journey, and everybody's just going to do it in their own time and the way it works for them, right? Okay. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Pentacles. Okay. And so the King of Pentacles, this is speaking about really like I said, solidifying things into the physical. This is very much like Taurus energy, Capricorn energy. It's really about feeling like stable, abundant. The King of Pentacles, he's like the king with the Midas touch. He's generous. He's abundant. Like I said, he's the king that where he just like touches something and it's successful, right? He's not like putting a whole lot of like effort. And when I say effort, it's like he's not pushing for anything. He's already done the work. Now the stuff is coming into him. Okay, if that makes sense to you guys. Okay, and then I am going to pull. Okay, I'm going to pull two last cards here. They're just guidance. And this is just going to be like a little bit of advice from Spirit here. So Spirit, what is it? What type of guidance do you have for everybody here? Okay. And again, guys, remember these energies last for, well, 6 months for the full moon. And then the eclipse energy also is going to carry on for 6 months. Okay. So it's not like boom, things are just going to change. It's gradually going to happen, right? It's going to be like this trickle in effect where things just kind of start. There went way up. It's the energy of things are just going to kind of start. Like I said, it's going to be like a trickle effect. Baby steps. You're just going to start to see things start to like shift and change, just like a little. These aren't like big, huge, crazy changes. Just start to recognize. And again, it's going to eventually, when you see things trickle in, you're going to adjust your method of doing things or your practice or whatever it is slightly in accordance with what's coming in to you at the moment, right? You're going to respond differently. You're not going to be reactive. You're going to be like responding. And it's going to be like much different than you probably have for the last 6 months. Okay. And so the card we have here is God sustains me. And it's God, source, the universe, the cosmos, the most high, however you guys identify. Okay. And however it resonates for you. But it says, as I turn each day over to God or the highest or my highest self, my worries ease and my resistance softens. In the arms of God's love, I find inner peace even in challenging times. Today, my faith, because it's about believing that it's already energetically there. Today, my faith provides me with great strength. I welcome all that comes my way, knowing that the love of God sustains me. And again, when I say the love of God, It is the love of like the cosmos. It's knowing that divine love. It's knowing that you are that God or that goddess, okay? And it's about believing that you're that God or that goddess. Like I said, you are being invited onto the path of the gods, right? Okay. And underneath that, it says decisions, meetings, and future plans. Okay. Because as you're on this path, you're going to be like tweaking everything just a little bit and like, okay, is this working for me? Nope, let's get rid of it. Is this work? Has this been working for me? Oh yeah, okay, well, let's keep it. And that's what these like decisions and things like that are really about. Okay, it's about making that decision. Like, all right, well, I took off this mask. I'm not people pleasing anymore. So, like, is this really what I want to be? Is this really who I am? Or if I do want to help people, what is the best way for me to be helping people? Like, what is the best way for me to help people that will not only serve them, but that will serve me as well? And when I say serve you, it's about serving your highest good. Like, is that what serves your soul? Because if it's not, then you're being asked to like get rid of it and let it go. And again, guys, if you do like these messages, please like them. I would love that if you did. Like, share if you feel like somebody you know needs to hear it or that it will be helpful to somebody. If you haven't subscribed to YouTube and like these videos, subscribe to YouTube, hit that little bell, and you will be notified. Why are these all backwards? I don't know, whatever. Okay. But yeah, if you guys want to be notified of these, I will be I do these videos every so often, but I do want to make a little announcement before I forget, and I did almost forget. On Saturdays, not tomorrow, but next week, I will be launching a series, a Facebook Live series called Soul Sparkle Saturdays, okay, which I'm going to do every Saturday. We're going to do a little reading. We can all just kind of chit chat. We'll talk about what's going on energetically and things like that. So if you guys are interested in that, I don't know if you can on Facebook sign up for like notifications, but if you follow me on Facebook, I'm pretty sure you will be notified. But yeah, so look for me there. And I do have a series that I am in the process of developing right now for YouTube as well. So, and it's going to be a weekly thing, guys, okay? Because I know I've been a little, haphazard here in the last, well, since I've been doing this. But like I said, now is the time to figure out what works for us and what doesn't. And this is me figuring out what works, right? Okay. So these are really cool cards, actually. These are called magical spell cards. And what they are, it's just about like doing like practice for yourself. When they say spell cards, I don't know. These are about like doing practices for yourself that attune you to your highest self, right? And this is just about like using the magic within you because we are magicians. Like I said, we are all magicians. We all have that energy, and we've definitely been in that energy for the last 6 months, right? So because we are in the full moon in Cancer, and I do have to remember to change the titles of both these videos, the two that come up are courage, okay? Courage. And oh my gosh, sorry, I have to point this out. Courage. On top, it's a 17. It's a 17, which in numerology reduces to 8. But that is the symbol you'll see on top of the traditional magician card in like traditional tarot. And it's the number 8, but turned to the side. So it's the infinity symbol. But that is like the symbol of the divine, right? Okay, so I really just feel like this is a time, like I said, it's always darkest before the dawn. So keep that flow going, guys. Keep that flow going. Keep that courage by shining brave and true and bright. My courage now returns this night. So here, I'm going to hold this up. If you guys want to screenshot it. And if this is your full moon practice, like lighting a candle and reciting this 2 or 3 times for yourself, if this is your full moon practice, beautiful. That's all you need. It's like a little it's like a little self ceremony, right? If we're gods and goddesses, we deserve little self ceremonies, right? It's just about taking that moment of reverence to honor your sovereignty. You're sovereign, I'm sovereign, we're all sovereign. We're sovereign beings, meaning we are we are divine beings. We really are. All right? We're not just humans. We are humans, but we are sovereign beings in a human body. Okay? So revere yourself. You deserve it. The hairs on the back of my head are standing up. Okay. The next one is health. And now health goes in all kinds of ways. Again, if you guys want to screenshot it, it's a 30, which goes down to a 3. And 3 is going to be a number of like mind body, like aligning like mind body spirit, the Holy Trinity, the earth, humans, and the divine. However you want to like think of that, right? However, body, mind, soul, however that resonates for you. But the number 3 is about aligning things into like that triangle, right? The triangle is the strongest structure in nature. Okay. So the thing is that with this health card, it says, Mother Earth sweet, Mother Earth bright, bring me to your health and might. So what this is saying is that it's not just about physical health, which it is. You guys might have been feeling like lately you want to take steps towards your health and eat better and work out or get rid of like bad habits or whatever. True. But understand that things that are unhealthy for us are not just diet related. Okay? Things that are unhealthy can be the things you watch, like watching the news. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying watching the news is unhealthy, but sometimes it can be. There's a lot of like fear based stories and, a lot of like negative energy, like, being put out there. But it could be like watching the news or certain shows or hanging around certain groups of people or being at certain places or um, you know, getting the correct amount of sleep. Health comes in all kinds of ways, right? It could be, however that resonates for you. It could be about like reading, if you read books a lot and say you read a lot of romance novels, maybe now is the time to read like something educational or, just anything like that. It could be incorporating a new class into your life or, like I said, like, instead of using, if you color your hair, maybe you don't want to use Clairol anymore and you want to use like an organic brand or something. Just little things like that that kind of just like shift you back into like your alignment with your essence. Okay. Because our essence is that of like magical beings. It's about the gods and the goddesses, right? Okay. And we are being inducted or invited into this path of the gods, right? Into this like divine path that leads us back to who we really are. All right. So that's what I'm going to talk. I'm going to wrap this up for that today. And again, guys, these energies not only last like tonight, and what time is it? 2:11. The Cancer full moon is now coming into effect, like now. And so again, guys, if you feel like a little watery or like emotional, thinking about like your friends and your family, even if it's like in a really positive, like I am so grateful for the family and friends, whatever it is. It could be an experience you just had. You could be like super grateful for a job you just had. Whatever these watery feelings are, honor them, okay? Allow it to happen. Like, don't try to fight it because it'll just come up again later more fiercely, okay? So understand that those feelings and those emotions that come up, those are sovereign. They are sacred. You are sacred. Your feelings are sacred. So allow those things to come up. And I feel that a lot of the times, and I'm gonna bring up this card right here. So in this moon card, she tears off this mask. And sometimes when we have that mask on, we sometimes say things to ourselves like, "Oh I shouldn't feel that way, or I shouldn't be angry over this, or that shouldn't make me sad. I should be tougher than this." Okay? We don't want to do that anymore. Now is not the time to do that anymore. Now is the time to realize You know what? I am sovereign and I am valuable. And you know what? My feelings and my thought processes or my boundaries, those are uh, like, that is what I'm supposed to do. And I am worth that. Here we have a visitor. That's my confirmation right there. I don't know if you guys can see, there she is. But that is about, there is no, don't should or shouldn't yourself. You are a sovereign being. Everything about you is valid. Okay. Don't ever let anybody be like, well, you shouldn't feel that way or you're angry for nothing. No, that's their opinion and they're entitled to their opinion. Um, but how you feel or how you um want to respond to something, and I'm saying respond because it's not reacting. Responding to something is like taking a moment to take stock and be like, well, how do I really feel about this? And if that's how you really feel, it's about clearly communicating that to somebody. Like, look at, you said or did this, and no, that I just am not down with that. It crossed the line. I feel that that is not working for me. We're still friends. I still love you, whatever. But I'm not going. I refuse to accept that. And just be like, matter of fact, not angry, not anything. And that can also be a very good thing as well. Like, if you feel like somebody is really doing great, something that really inspires you or that really, hey, I just wanted to say that you doing such and such really inspired me. And that really like helped bring me out of my shell. And that really like got me in alignment with where I'm supposed to be. So whatever it is, guys, be your authentic self because gods and goddesses are authentic to themselves first and foremost. That's the only way possible to be that way with others, okay? It's just to be authentic. And like I said, you are worth it. You are sovereign and you are absolutely on the right track and on the right path. And like I said, heighten your vitality. I'm supposed to mention this one more time. And again, it's just about taking that minute for yourself, whether it's like a time to like just crack up with your friends, go take a class, go blow the stink off. Just go refresh yourself. So that way when you come back to everything, you're you're feeling fresh, revitalized, rejuvenated, right? You got to take those times for yourself, okay? And so like I said, for the full moon tonight, um take a spiritual bath. If you screenshotted those cards I held up, it's like a nice little thing to just kind of like take a moment, look into a candle while you're taking a bath and just like repeat that for yourself. All right? Okay? And guys, honor yourself, okay? And cuz you deserve it and you're worth it. All right. All my love and thank you so much for joining me, guys. I appreciate you. And yeah, like I said, if you guys do want to be notified on YouTube, please subscribe, hit the bell. If you want to check out the new series on Facebook Live, it's going to start not tomorrow, a week from tomorrow, and it's called Soul Sparkle Saturdays. Okay. And we're just going to like hang out, talk, shoot the breeze, and, I'm going to be pulling cards and whatever. So we want to make everybody's soul sparkle. That's my mission, is to help everybody to recognize how to do that for themselves. All right. Love you guys. Bye. Have a good one.